Haki is arguably the main power system in One Piece, so as you might expect, it was named very early on, all the way back in chapter 516 and episode 410. In short, it is a manifestation of the user's willpower. Like Ki in Dragon Ball, spiritual pressure in Bleach, and chakra in Naruto, the stronger an individual's Haki, the stronger the individual tends to be, although Haki itself is not really a gauge for an individual's strength. Fairly powerful characters do exist in One Piece who have never been shown to use Haki at all. Although powerful, it is apparently possible to overuse your Haki, potentially depleting it, leaving you unable to use Haki for a few minutes, at least. There are 3 distinct types of Haki, each with its own unique properties. Anyone can learn to use Observation Haki or Armament Haki, but only a select few, those with the qualities of a king, have the potential to unlock Conqueror's Haki. Ironically, Conqueror's Haki, sometimes translated as the color of the Supreme King or simply left as Haoshoku Haki, was actually the first type of Haki we saw being used all the way back in Chapter 1 in Episode 4. The most basic use of this type of Haki is to exert your own will over others, causing fear in those nearby or even resulting in them falling unconscious if their own will is too weak. With some training though, the user can learn to direct this force of will to only affect certain targets, leaving allies completely unaffected. The next type of Haki we saw displayed clearly was Observation Haki, sometimes called Color of Observation or Kenbunshoku Haki. Many fans will tell you that it was first introduced as mantra in Skypiea, where it was explained that some individuals are simply born with it, always active. But we actually saw it all the way back in Arabasta when Zoro learned the secret to cutting steel. The basic usage of Observation Haki grants the user a sort of sixth sense, allowing them to detect presences, strength, emotions, and the like in their surroundings, and may also allow the user to simply augment their senses. Speaking of augmentation, that is the main focus of Armament Haki, often called Color of Arms or Bushoku Haki. The basic use of Armament Haki is to imbue part of yourself or weapons to increase the durability and attack power of whatever was imbued. Post-time skip, this usage is shown as a shiny black coating so the viewer can tell what is coated in Haki and when. This type of Haki makes it a bad idea for users of Logia Devil Fruits to spread themselves out or make themselves bigger, as this type of Haki bypasses Devil Fruit resistances like the intangibility of Logia's or Luffy's resistance to blunt force. Spreading yourself out like that just makes you a bigger target. That being said, you still need to make contact. If the Devil Fruit user manipulates their body to avoid contact, or if the fruit makes it so the attack would never even make contact in the first place, it will still be ineffective. The astute viewers may have noticed that one of the first times we've seen Armament Haki being used, it seemed much different, repelling the target without even making contact. This is not a retcon. This is actually what is often considered to be an advanced form of Armament Haki, introduced in Wano as Ryuo. Although this could just be the name that they use for Armament Haki in general. It's kinda up in the air on that point. Rather than simply coating your body or an object, you can emit your Haki a short distance, allowing you to strike or block without making contact. With enough training, the user can even force their own Haki inside something else, destroying the object from the inside out, as we saw Rayleigh do with the slave collars back at the auction house on Sabaody Archipelago. Kinda like a microwave. Don't you hate it when you put a tree in the microwave and it explodes? Yeah, I know, I do. It happens all the time and it sucks. As you might expect, Observation Haki also has an advanced form, which is explained to be an advanced form even before Advanced Armament Haki was established to be an advanced form of Haki itself. With enough training and experience, you can improve your Observation Haki to the point of being able to see briefly into the future. A power often cleverly referred to as future sight. Wow. So clever. I should probably note that there are also characters who can see more distant into the future, but those premonitions or prophecies seem to be a separate supernatural ability entirely. Surprise, surprise, there's also an advanced form of Conqueror's Haki. The most common form of advanced Conqueror's Haki is actually similar to the basic form of Armament Haki, whereby the user infuses their attacks with Conqueror's Haki, tremendously increasing their power. While I say this is the more common form of advanced Conqueror's Haki, that doesn't mean it's not rare. It's been stated that only a handful of exceptionally powerful users are capable of infusing their attacks with Conqueror's Haki, which means the other form of advanced Conqueror's Haki is unbelievably rare, only briefly having been mentioned in Volume 4 Billion as a special technique used by Shanks to shut down others' ability to see the future by controlling his own presence. I should probably note that, yes, Volume 4 Billion is actually a thing. It was like a short data book and mini chapter that was given to the first, I think, million attendees of Film Red in Japan. And yes, it is considered to be canon. Many people saw bounties or devil fruit abilities as being measures of strength, but bounties can be inflated by being cruel, and many of the strongest characters in the world of One Piece do not have any devil fruit abilities. I said any like that was a scale or a spectrum when it's, you eat a fruit or you don't. As Kaido stated, only Haki transcends all. Strengthening your Haki can eventually allow you to perform truly incredible feats, such as freezing an admiral in fear from hundreds if not thousands of kilometers away, and somehow having a conversation with him to get him to stop fighting and leave the island he's attacking. Can you imagine something as crazy as that? That's just like, whoa. I feel like I should also throw in at the end here that it is separate from the 6 powers. This is willpower, those are more physical capabilities. Things like Geppo or Soru. As you can see by Shanks' insane feats of Haki, he's truly transcendent and maybe the one true Hakiman. In all seriousness though, the evidence we have now seems to imply that Shanks is stronger than Mihawk, and probably by a fairly substantial margin. Fight me.